Hey everyone, we are going to be talking about collaboration in Module 8. These are just a couple notes of collaborating with another author or talking with another author in the serial space. Specifically, working with other authors. And say you want to write a serial with your best author friends. You need to ask yourself a few questions before you get started. Are you going to plot this or are you going to wing it? Serials, we've talked a lot about plotting, pantsing, writing live, and how they can work together separately and work for you specifically as an author. But when you're writing a serial, this is a long piece of work. You're going to be in it for a while if you are dedicated to writing a really long ongoing serial. So you need to sit down with your author friend and say, hey, are we going to plot this thing? Are we going to wing it? How are we going to deal with all these little threads? And all these different characters? You need to have a way to track them, especially if both of you are adding different characters and adding different plot points into your work. You need a way to track it so you both understand what's happening and how you can connect it. Next, what are your strengths? Play to them. If you are really strong with adding characters and connecting them, make sure you specifically tell your author friend, "Hey, this is what I really like doing," and maybe he or she likes adding the drama in there and how they work together or how they work separately, whatever it may be, play to your strengths. Next, how are you both going to interact in the community? Because usually you have one profile that posts the content. So you can both own that profile, or maybe it's uploaded on your friends. Maybe it's uploaded on your friend's account, or maybe it's uploaded on your account. But if it is, how are you going to show that that you guys are two authors and that you're both the creators of the story? Are you going to be in the comments, both of you responding to them? Are you going to say, hey, this is co-written by this person? How are you going to interact with that community that you're building? And how are you going to build that community with two people? Maybe you will each own a character. So you have this long ongoing serial that follows one couple. Author A writes the female main character, author B writes the main male character. They own those characters and they know every single detail about those characters. And how they react to different plot points is dependent on what the author chooses. And that could be really interesting because as the female main character never knows everything about the main male character, and the main male character never knows everything about the female main character. And so it can be really interesting to work through that as author and author. And then lastly, just make sure that you trust them. I have heard really bad stories about one author being taken advantage of, one author getting completely kicked off of the serial, and the other author just says, "Oh, hey, I wrote this all, I own this all." So make sure that you trust this person or you have a contract with them. So it's very clear, hey, we both own this serial, we both have written it, we're both going to get recognized for that. Next, interacting with other authors. I really wish I didn't have to say this, but there are sometimes bad actors in the community, especially authors. So, a couple different things. Don't be rude to other authors, especially when you're working with them or you're writing serials. Just because serials are they tend to be sometimes more community based. So if you're rude to other authors who may be willing to help you at one point, they might not be willing to help you anymore. So don't be rude, period. And especially in the comments, because everyone in the comments can see you. So please don't badmouth anyone. And next, be supportive. Again, the people on who are writing serials are probably the same as you. I know when I started, everybody on Wattpad was pretty much just like me. They were in school, whether that's high school or college, and they just wanted to share their stories. And then also, most people are friendly and will answer your questions. So don't be afraid to reach out to somebody and ask them, "Hey, can you help me think through X, Y, and Z?" If you have a relationship with them. If you don't, maybe ask them a smaller question first. Slide into their DMs if there's DMs on the platform. Compliment their stories if you've read it. Um, but yeah, most people are going to be friendly to you. But that is all for this section. I will see you in the next one.